I just want to do a quick mental health check with everybody now that we are a week out from the Derek Chauvin murder conviction. Of course, my name is Matt Stevens. This is your Matt Minute in Politics. This is a mental health check, not just for that particular verdict. I just want to quickly just check in and see how everybody's doing because, of course, we are living in an era of the over-policing of Black bodies. And some would say this is not even an era. This has been pretty much has defined the 400 plus years that Black people have been in America. I would agree with them on that. It just seems more acute now because, of course, we're in a pandemic. And now we have social media and everybody has cameras on their phones. And that's how a lot of these recent police incidents and police murders have been caught, has been with the aid of people's cell phones. So putting all of that aside, I just want to kind of check in with you guys. Of course, in the Derek Chauvin trial, he was convicted on all 3 counts of murder for murdering and doing what we all saw on that cell phone video, which was murdering George Floyd. I don't want to make this video about him because he is a drop in the bucket to me. He, being Derek Chauvin, his actions are a drop in the bucket to me. And it's more about, for me, not just getting a conviction on Derek Chauvin. Yes, that is a form of accountability, but it's not everything. And until you address the entire systemic racism issue and systemic over-policing of Black and brown and other bodies of color, then there's 10 more Derek Chauvins waiting in the wings. How do we know that? Because literally in that 1 hour gap while we were waiting on, when we found out that we had a verdict in the Chauvin trial and when the judge actually announced it, just in that 1 hour, that's when Ma'Khia Bryant in Columbus, Ohio, was gunned down by the police there. So that, unfortunately, is a very sad and very pointed way of illustrating what I was saying, is that that Chauvin conviction is a drop in the bucket until you address more systemic issues. Putting all of that to the side for a second, I wanted to check in with you guys because I think now is a really good time to kind of see where everybody is, how we're feeling. And I think, you guys are important. We as a community are important because we have to make sure that we're watching what we're taking in as far as all of this trauma that we see with bad policing, television, trials, murders, funerals, etc. And I just want to see how you guys are feeling. This is not a long video or anything. I don't have anything super profound to say. My profound statement is, how are you feeling? How are you feeling not just about Derek Chauvin or George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, but the overall system as a whole? How have you been dealing with it? Because remember, on top of all of this, at times questionable, at other times absolutely criminal and murderous policing, on top of all this, we're in a pandemic. And so that's a whole other mental health issue on top of another mental health issue. So I want to check in with you, and feel free to get in the comments however you want to do it. Share this video, definitely. And just let me know how you're doing. What did you think about the verdict in the Chauvin trial? Or if there's, obviously there's the shooting, the murder of Ma'Khia Bryant in Columbus, Ohio. There's, unfortunately, several other hashtags and people who have now become hashtags, unfortunately, that we can talk about. But how are you processing all of this, plus a pandemic, plus any personal issues that you might have going on? I think it's important to do these checks, and I just wanted to make this video a kind of a chance for you to let some of that out if you want to. Please feel free. I wanted to do that because I think it's important, especially for somebody like me or maybe you who takes in a lot of news. You have to be very cautious about what you take in. So not so fun fact about me, I did not watch the Derek Chauvin trial at all, except for some social media clips, just because I'm really kind of watching what I take in. And I felt like even if I watched it from gavel to gavel, all those days, that it wasn't going to change the system. His verdict, as many have said, was accountability, but it was not justice. Accountability, not justice, because George Floyd is not at home with his family. That would have been justice. Accountability was, oh, well, yeah, Derek Chauvin did murder George Floyd on camera, and he was convicted of said crime, which we all pretty much knew. So I don't want to ramble. I just want to give you an opportunity to say that, hey, how you feeling? We got to check in with each other every now and again. The news is very heavy these days. Coronavirus is still going on. There's all problems in our communities and everything like that. And I just want to let you know that, hey, we're all in this together. So again, my name is Matt Stevens. This is your Matt Minute in Politics. As always, my social media information is in the bottom left-hand corner of this video. I want to thank all of you all who have taken your time to get in the comment section of previous videos. Definitely do that this time. Please share with all of your social networks. I really appreciate it. Let's get a conversation going about how we're really feeling and what's going through our minds right now during these upside down times. Take care of yourselves and your families, and I will be coming to you with another video soon.